I am a person who tries every day to live in the heart. I am source energy. I am expanding, I am evolving, and I am just a normal human being waking up on this planet. I am a system buster. I am a gate runner. I am a cosmic traveler. I am an infinite being of loving light. And how do I know? Because I remember. This was a dream that changed me, that changed who I thought that I was and how I perceived everyone and everything around me forever. And I went into my heart space, totally relaxed, no thoughts, just being. And I felt myself rise out of my body, not like an astral projection, but all of me was there. And I felt myself rising, and saw brilliant, colorful lights. And I don't know, at the time I equated it to the northern lights, the aurora. It was just beautiful. And I floated up and I saw all these bubbles. And each bubble, an orb, luminescent, glowing orbs, contained one of us. And we all had our individual bubbles, but we were all connected. And there was one that was already there that was me. And, you can equate this to being like your higher self or your infinite self. But I knew it. I knew her. I knew the energy. And it, saying her is kind of a half-truth, because there was so much wholeness there. And I rose up into myself, joining myself in this space. And I felt like the whole collective of us just applauded and roared, saying, "Oh my gosh, she's awake, she's awake." And, everybody there was in different stages of awakeness. Some people were fully awake and conscious, and some people were still sleeping in their little bubbles, and it was all okay. we were all still there and connected at some level. But there was a big rejoicing when I did awaken into myself. And I've never felt so whole and so complete and so loved. And it was almost like that was the true reality, that this is the dream. And almost in a way that they, us collectively, all together, are holding the space, the allowance for us to have this dream here. We have total free will to create whatever we want in this dream time that we call reality. And it was just a beautiful thing, because there was no time. I don't know if it was our past, I don't know if it was our present, I don't know if it was our future. It felt like all at the same time. So I just had this overwhelming feeling of connectedness and unity and love, that we are already all connected in love and unity. And I'm not talking about just, the good guys or what we would label the awakening consciousness of this world. No, everybody was there. Everybody. The bad guys, the good guys, in complete harmony, resonating together at their own unique frequencies, and it almost made a sound, this harmonic inclusiveness. So I realized at that time that, we are all pure, we are all love, we are all light, and that what we're currently dreaming, is the illusion. And we get to do that, and we get to do that together, and we get to experience it. But in the end, that is almost our truest reality. And I think I really got the feeling that it's not about we talk about ascension all the time and going to a higher dimension. For me, after that time and that moment, it was about pulling that energy back down here into the here and now. That connection, that higher dimension. It wasn't so much about ascension, it was both ascension and descension, and meeting here in the middle and creating something new with bringing these two frequencies together and dimensions together. It felt like this is how we're going to build a new reality. I mean, sure, you want to stay in that space forever, but here's where we get to create and experience on a different level of our senses. And I don't know, we just felt so whole and so complete and so loved. And I heard a voice. It was like the voice of the collective. You can call it the voice of God. I don't know, and I really don't want to label it. But it was the voice of the all. Is the best way I can describe it. And it said, "You're already here. You're already here." And to me, that meant, not only from a level of perception, it's only our what we focus our attention on is where we perceive where we are in reality, and that a part of me is always there, a part of me that is always connected through the heart. But it also meant that we as a people have already done this. Either we've already done it in the past, or it's already written in the future, or we're simultaneously living it right now, here in the present. We are already in unity. And it seems funny that to feel like we get so stuck sometimes and feel like we can't ever pull this together, and how are we all going to get along. And I'm here to tell you, on some level, we're already doing it. It's just a matter of waking up and remembering it. I mean, this is what waking up is about. Wake up to the illusion of this dream and realize our creative powers in it, and grab that free will and create whatever we want to create in this, our own co-creative dream. But it's also a waking up out of the dream, knowing that we are already so much more than our limited senses here can ever even imagine. It was the most transformative dream I've ever had, and we can all connect to that at any time. It does take some practice. Quiet the mind, go inside. There's a lot. I can just tell you from personal experience. There's a lot of forgiveness that has to happen for ourselves and for others to be able to resonate with that place, because that doesn't exist there. There is no judgment there. And in order to pull it to you, to vibrate with it, to match with it and sync up, we have to let go of some of those false belief systems and judgments that we have, and do lots and lots and lots of forgiveness to be able to come to a place of this pure love essence. And as soon as we start vibrating with that, then we can perceive it, we can resonate with it, and we can go there. I truly believe this is our dreamtime space. You can call it Northern Shambhala, you can call it the Aurora, you can call it the Northern Lights, but we are all holding space for our dream there together. And it's all right. And we're all loved, and we're all okay now. Wow, that's a hard one. Who asked these questions? So, wow. Now. And now. And now. And now. Every single moment is the moment that can change everything. The moment you start anew, the moment you create something different, the moment a new thought is birthed, the moment you feel something you never felt before, it can change everything. And I just can't pick one. I don't know, I can teach others, hopefully by example, that it's not so much about learning as it is about remembering. Every time I've had some great piece of wisdom that changed my life forever, it was because there was a knowingness that I already knew this, and the sparks light up, and your body tingles, you get a chill, you just know you're alive, and it sends electricity through your body, and you go, oh my gosh, I remember, I know this, I already knew. And that's what I have to tell people is, look, all the answers that you're seeking out there, you're looking, we have a tendency to look outside of ourselves for all the answers, and I'm here to tell you that you already know the answers. You already know. You already are. It's just a matter of being and remembering that and reconnecting with the essence, the love that is you, until we can vibrate with the eternal love that we are and accept that we are just that magnificent, then we can't see it. But as soon as we can, as soon as we allow that possibility of love to come in, then we can reconnect with it, and it's like, whew, it was already there. You have to first go through the process of unlearning what we've been conditioned to believe, and then reteach yourself another way, and then let go of everything you think you know. One of the most important things, and this ties in, is that neutrality. Be in the middle, be in the here, be in the now, and be in the heart. And that middle is what fractally connects us to the all at all times. And neutral to me means being out of duality. Yes, polarities exist, and that's where we get attraction and magnetism, and the male, the female, and we're always trying to harmonically balance those. But dualities don't really exist. They are, in fact, an illusion. And so being in neutral to me means letting go of all the judgments, the good and the evil, the light and the dark, and recognize them for what they are, and they're just simply illusions. All that really does exist is love and light. It's only from different perceptions or perspectives that where we're focusing our attention, or where we're physically located, that we see the illusions of duality. And that means confronting all the dualities in our own ego, and being able to see through which little voice is talking to you. Is it the voice of duality, the voice of illusion, or is it the voice of love? The future. I don't know, I see the future as, it's not something out there. It's what we're creating right here. It is just a further extension of the now. So when we think about the future, especially when we're trying to create a future of what we want to manifest, we have to be really aware of what we're putting in here right now, in this moment, in every moment. It is, we're creating all the time, whether we know it or not, with our state of feeling. And when we are feeling like it's already done, like it's already here, like it's already glorious, like we're already free, then that is what we're going to have more of in the future. Might be a little unique that I, know and have embraced my DNA, activated DNA capabilities of being able to travel anywhere, anytime. That may make me a little bit rare, but we all have that capability. We all have the ability to come and go as we please now. We are not stuck here. We are not trapped in this 3D holographic matrix. It's your consciousness, my consciousness, is free to travel at will, anytime, any place. And knowing that is the thing that makes me unique or rare, hopefully. And but the ability itself is not. We can all do this. We can all do it now. You know, everybody in your life is a teacher, whether for show you an example of what to do and how to be, or not what to do and not how to be. Everybody can be. Everybody is teaching all the time. But for me, my greatest teacher has been the sun. Has been my greatest inspiration of knowing what truth in life is. When I see the sun shining every day, showing us by example how to love without judgment, without discrimination, it so deeply inspires me to try to do the same. And I love going to the sun and hanging out on the sun. It's one of my favorite things to do. There are loving beings there, and great healers and great teachers. We all came through that sun at one point in time, and when we leave, that's how we can leave as well. It's a home base, and it holds love every day for the earth itself, but also for every being on earth. It doesn't say, "Oh, no, you were bad yesterday. I'm not gonna shine on you today." And to me, that love means that acceptance. Unconditional. If I were to be talking to someone with the power to do something, which is pretty much an illusion anyway, we all have the power to create for ourselves. We tend to give our power away to people to make decisions for us, and we have permission that. I'm here to tell you I take that permission back now. But if I were to talk to somebody who had influence over our global situation right now, I would tell them that if they want to lead and they desire that role, then they have to first live by the example of it. They've got to be it, and it's got to work for everybody. Whatever idea, it's got to work for everybody on all levels, and it has to start with them first. Wow, I guess I'm just easily inspired, but everything really inspires me. In other people, I get inspired when I see people living their joy, doing what they love with love. Well, I've been really wanting to talk about this new idea about And I know that it's not a new idea. People have been doing this on their own from across human history. And people are doing it now. But of getting a group together of travelers, of bilocators, cosmic travelers who can go on healing missions to help support the earth and restoring the natural harmonic balance that once existed, clearing all the negative illusory energies and bringing in the frequency of love into our oceans, into our land, into the heart of the earth, into going in and clearing out these negative structures that seem to imprison us in our society. And I don't know, it's my new fun project, and I'm very excited about it, and I hope that everyone can join, because when we do this kind of healing, the first thing that we're healing, we're going through the heart, we're traveling through our infinite connection. We're healing ourselves as well. We're learning about ourselves. We're remembering. We're reconnecting. We are empowering ourselves in our own manifestations, in our own creations, in our own choices that we make every day. We become more aware of how our thoughts and our actions and our feelings are actually what we're creating, and we can take responsibility for that and start healing all of these old belief systems that we are helpless and stuck here and that we are powerless to do anything about it. So not only are we healing ourselves and awakening ourselves and empowering ourselves, we're using that energy as well to restore love and balance wherever we go, together in unity, by simply being the love that we are and embracing the truth of who we are. My question to the universe: what's next?